name is Will Baldwin, and with me, as always, is Paul Glotto. Paul, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm all right after what just happened and what we just watched.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I'm good anymore, but I'm all right. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Um, I guess before we get into what just happened, Paul, do you have any special shout outs or news or anything?
Yeah, my dad just went through surgery, so shout out to him. Hopefully he heals up fast, and my thoughts are with you. So, yeah, healing well right now, and hopefully he just keeps it up. So, yeah.
Yeah, before we get ridiculously unserious, this is pretty inevitable with us on our podcast to get serious and wish your dad the best and say we're thinking about him and hope he feels better soon. Gets back to doing his
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So let's dive into that Thursday night football game. Um, so the Broncos offense struggled. No, obviously we're not going to talk about the Broncos offense.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you doing? So many people were about to close right there. Like, people are hovering the pause button right now.
uh, as everybody probably knows, Patrick Mahomes early in was that the second quarter? Wasn't the
Yeah,
first? Yeah, second quarter.
10 minutes left in the second quarter.
Uh, fourth and 1 on the 6 yard line. Andy Reid calls a QB sneak, which, by the way, was a good play call. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. Um, don't attack Andy Reid for calling a QB
Hey,
sneak.
got the first down.
Okay, I saw a stat that this guy tweeted was like, you're actually more likely to get hurt on a regular drop back throw instead of a QB sneak. So his follow up was, uh, why don't we say why are they risking his injury by having him throw? like
That's funny.
like I don't know if you guys are the first ones to find out that the NFL is dangerous. Like you can get hurt all the time. Like
Yeah, any play can happen. So it's
my
just one of those plays. It's a
yeah,
huge bummer, and
my quarterback is missing 8 weeks because his hand got caught on a follow through. Like you know what I mean? Like sometimes stuff happens in the NFL. Like you can get hurt. It's worth.
yeah, exactly.
But the indications from all the Twitter doctors are that are that Mahomes dislocated his knee and barring a negative MRI, will be back in a couple weeks or
Hmm.
back soon. Like it's not like a
Soon.
yeah. Um, which first of all, shout out to all the guys who are diagnosing people on Twitter
Yeah, I
perfectly
love that.
accurately.
It makes me laugh so much.
I I mean I wish I was a good enough at my field or industry that I could just watch and be like, yeah, this is exactly what happened. Like people were giving like it wasn't like roughly. I think he dislocated. It was like I think he sprained this ligament, this ligament, this ligament. That's what caused the knee to come out. It's like you cannot tell that from this
You
weird
gotta get clicked somehow, I guess.
like clearly they shifted his knee back into place. So
Yeah,
that's definitely a thing. So it's definitely not your classic torn ACL where
yeah.
everybody knows
And
it
we're not
was.
going to be taking any guesses here on the
Yeah,
second stringer. Let's make that clear. Like, we're
yeah,
not doctors. We've we played scout team, so we got
yeah.
banged up a little bit, but I mean, we didn't really see much, and I mean, we've watched football, we've seen injuries happen,
Yeah,
uh, and all you ever want is the guys to get back healthy, back out on the field, and
obviously, yeah.
uh, I mean, places like Bleacher Report and stuff tweeting out that Mahomes said that he's fine to Andy Reid and stuff. Like, it's kind of a joke to me, to be
Oh yeah.
honest. Just
What does that
like
even
he
mean?
just got hurt. You don't need money that bad to be profiting off someone's injury. Just
Just
like let
say
it simmer.
just just say he's out for the game.
Yeah,
Uh, say they
it's a
know
simple
they
tweet.
don't say they haven't confirmed yet if he's torn his ACL or not. That's all you can really do.
Yeah,
But like so like the worst part about it is like the guy who said he dislocated his knee and barring any damage in his ligaments, he'll be fine. It's like, wait. B- barring any damage in his ligaments, he'll be fine. So like he still could have torn his ACL is what you're basically saying.
yeah, exactly.
So like we think he's fine, but just in case. So
Yeah,
the way we're going to cover this is we're going to look at this one of two ways. The first way is Paul, do you want to tackle what the Chiefs will look like if he's done for the year, or do you want to tackle what the Chiefs will look like if he has to miss a couple games?
I mean, I'm good with either one because, yeah, I'll let me do if Patrick Mahomes is done for the year because I think that's
The
uh
easy one, their season
the
is over. Okay,
I
now,
don't think so. That's the
oh,
thing. I think that's what I want to talk about.
okay,
So
yeah, you take that one because if you give
yeah,
me that one, I would have been like, their season is over. Let's
yeah, exactly.
um. So if he's out a couple games, basically, we just want the scouting report on Matt Moore. So Matt Moore is a
Yeah. Okay, Matt Moore,
long.
Miami Dolphins,
Oh yeah, you don't.
backup quarterback recently. I think 2017, our last playoff run. As Ryan Tannehill was having a good year, got hurt. Matt Moore came in, had a couple wins to get us into the playoffs. Didn't win a playoff game, but I mean, we made the playoffs. So he's obviously a competent player. Of course, it was blowing up during the game that he was a scout for the Dolphins uh, during the draft process this year. But that doesn't really concern me as a Chiefs fan because that just shows that he has knowledge about football. He knows about players. He knows a lot of in-depth things about the game that people like a lot of quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, wouldn't know yet. So that's big for me. And I mean, Matt Moore showed tonight that he can get the ball into areas when he needs to, and especially on improvising on plays. You saw it with Tyreek Hill on the slant route that he turned up field for like a 40-yard touchdown or something. Just a beautiful play. He can get the ball in there. They're going to be relying on Shady McCoy a bit more, it's looking like, but that's not a huge deal. The run game's decent for the Chiefs. It's been all right this year, and Will was saying last week that they need to lean on it more.
Mhm.
Their only other competition in their division is the Raiders, so I think they can still be a playoff team. I don't think their season's over, and I mean, you've seen Nick Foles lead the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl after Carson Wentz, who's having an MVP season, went down. I know that Matt Moore's not Nick Foles, but you never know. Crazier things have happened. I love to say that on the podcast, but it's so true.
Paul's that guy. Paul's
Yeah.
crazy things have happened, guy.
Well, it's true because I mean, as a Leafs fan, I guess that's not as applicable for this, but as a Dolphins fan, like I've been I've expected some weird things. Do you think I expected us to beat New England last year when we were down with a couple seconds left? I had one of my buddies texting me. He said good game before the Miami Miracle happened.
Great guy.
Like things happen.
Um,
So,
yeah,
uh,
Moore is the consummate backup in that you're fine. He can, if your quarterback misses 3 games, he can go 2-1,
mhm.
depending on who you're playing against, which is all you really want out of a backup. But if you're out, but if he's out an extended period of time, then it becomes a significant
Yeah,
issue.
that's scary.
Yeah, he's exactly what a backup QB is supposed to be, and he's exactly what the Kaepernick fans don't realize what Kaepernick was never going to be, and why it's annoying when people bring up Kaepernick.
Let's not get into that
Yeah,
right now.
so Matt Moore he's fine.
Hmm.
He's good enough to keep the team afloat. I mean, the good news is their division isn't exactly world beaters this year, especially with the Chargers taking a step back. Man, could we see the Raiders win the freaking division? Jesus.
That it's looking like a possibility at this point, but I still can't really see it happening, to be honest with you.
But wow. That's a
Well,
thing.
I know the Chiefs also have Chad Henne, who's on the injured reserve right now,
Man,
who's going to be coming back.
are
So,
they gonna trade for Tannehill just to like complete the Trinity, or
or is it Eli Manning?
oh,
He's proven that he can beat Tom Brady before. That's all I'm saying.
Andy Reid, Andy, Andy Reid gonna bring McNabb out of retirement? How many? How many?
The weird part is, like, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Antonio Brown isn't in the NFL right now in the prime of his career for like basically no reason other than he sabotaged his career on Twitter. Let's think about that.
Insane.
That
But,
I think
imagine.
that's almost like going under the radar. How crazy it is that Antonio Brown isn't in the NFL right now.
And we were just talking about the Raiders. Let's put Antonio Brown on the Raiders right now. They're a playoff team.
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I keep saying, but
I think we should get back to this game. The Chiefs and Broncos. I mean, started off. I thought it was going to be a good game. Started promising first drive by the Broncos. 75-yard touchdown drive. Chiefs go back out, retaliate quick, get another 3 points on top of that right away after a good defensive stand, and they just got to Joe Flacco. I lost count of the sacks after the first half, to be honest. The pressure was crazy all game. The Chiefs defense showed up. Of course, it's Denver, so
yeah,
I'm taking that with a grain of salt at this point. They got the Packers next week. That's looking like it's going to be a real tough game, dependent on injury. But I kind of want to know what your take is if Patrick Mahomes is healthy now. Do you think that the Chiefs are still in the exact same position? He's obviously not going to be 100%. So he'll be playing a little bit injured. But do you think that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are still, if he's around, are still good enough to possibly make it to if not just the playoffs, the Super Bowl and the aspirations that people still had for them before?
I think they're absolutely good enough to still make the Super Bowl, assuming Mahomes is on the field. I mean, everyone was bringing up their defense sucks. Like, sorry guys, their defense was terrible last year. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason this team is like to slow down a little bit this year is they've been killed with injuries. But I mean, that Tyreek Hill guy's pretty good when he plays.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he's 2 unbelievable touchdowns when he gets back from injury in 2 weeks. So
Shady looks pretty good today.
He did. He looked comfortable, especially on the dive and draw plays that they were dialing up on second and third downs. Not many runs on third downs, but a lot of draws on second downs, catching the defense off guard in a pass formation, run the ball. It was working, and LaShawn McCoy, he was finding the gap in the middle and putting his nose down and getting the extra yard or two when he needed to. And that's promising especially when your quarterback goes down and you're relying on your run game.
Yeah. Just really hope he's back because Sunday Night Football next week. Is that next week or is it after?
Yeah, I think it's the week after.
No, it's next week. Sunday Night Football
next.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football next week is Packers Chiefs.
I have all my dates backwards. It's midterm season, times are crazy. But
Paul's the first person to experience midterms, just so everyone's aware.
Get out of here. That's enough of that. That was just an unnecessary. I'm not standing for that, actually. Come on.
Just like this straight midterms complaint out of nowhere.
It had to happen. Come on.
Let's move on to start previewing the games for later in this week.
Yeah.
Because I think we tackled about every angle you could in this game. And I've done it more than long enough. If anyone's still interested, let's try and not lose their interest and move on to